Hi, welcome to my analytics channel. For this video, I will be demonstrating a polymorphism type of object-oriented programming, implementing a function overloading. The reason behind this function overloading is you can reuse the code, you can speed up the execution of your program, you can easily maintain the code, save the memory, and also it helps application to load the class method based on the type of the parameter. Okay, let's start our demonstration. So I'm going to create one method name having different types of parameters. Okay, the first function parameters is the computation of a tuition fee to be computed by the rate per unit and the number of units. Then the second function parameter is the computation of the miscellaneous fee. And the last one, the third function parameter, is the computation of the locker fee. Then in our main method, our object should pass a parameter. Okay, let's code. First is we need this library. Input, output, stream. Then followed by the using namespace for our cin and cout. Okay. Then first thing to do is we have first to create our class. Our name of the class is computation. Then opening curly braces and the closing curly braces with a semicolon. Okay, then we will create now our method here inside the class. But first, we have to use the public access specifier for our method. Then our first method data type is void. Then the name of the method is calculate. Then our parameters here are the rate per unit and the number of units. So we need a data type double for our rate and integer for our units. Then inside this method, we have to display our rate. Then we will call out our rate, but we don't have yet the value because we have first to create our object in our main method and pass a parameter. Okay, cout, then number of units, our units. Then for the calculation for this particular method is multiplication. The rate multiplied by the units. And we have to add some variable here for the total. Okay, so we have to declare our variable here for the total. Okay, so now the question is we don't have yet the value for this. Okay, all we need to do is you have first to create your object. So the name of our class is computation, so you have to create first the object. Then the name of the object is obj. Then we'll use that object name to access our function name. This one, or our method name, calculate. Then in this parameter, so we will pass a parameters. Okay, so we pass two parameters here for the rate and for our units. Example, for the rate we have 1000 and for our units is 10. Okay, so there we have already passed the parameters. Then let's try to run this first before we create another method. Okay, so let's run this first. Okay, there we have it. Let's fix our display later. Okay, so all you have to do to fix that is just to apply some end line here and end line here. Now let's proceed to create another method inside this class. So again, calculate, we still use the same name, but we have a new parameters here. So for this particular method, we are using three parameters. Okay, the first parameter, because as I've said earlier, so our second function parameters is to compute the miscellaneous. So for the first parameter, we will have our love fee, for example, love, then double for the internet fee or the net, and another miscellaneous is for the library fee. Okay, then after that you have to display, all you have to just copy this one so that you will not type. You can change here, it's laboratory fee, laboratory fee. Okay, just change the variable lab. Okay, just copy it again, and another one. Because we're trying to display, just change this one to internet fee, and this one, this is net. Okay, so we have to change this one, and this is our library fee, and this is LIB. Okay, now let's make a computation for this. Oh, what happened? It's double, so sorry. Okay, so miscellaneous is equal to love plus net plus library. But of course, we have to declare our variable miscellaneous double here. Okay, and we will change this one not to use void. We can change that one to double so that you can use the return. Okay, if you're using this one, so you need to use this return miscellaneous. Then for this part, you don't need it. You don't return a value for the void data type. Then, okay, since we created our second function parameter, we will now call this one into our main method. So as you can see, we don't have yet the value here to be passed for this parameter. So we have to create obj here, then calculate. Then we pass the value for our laboratory example 3000. Then for our internet is 2000. For our library is 1000. Okay. Actually, you can display the miscellaneous here by, okay, having this one, miscellaneous fee. You can do that. Then call out here. Okay. So since we did not yet display it here, so you can display here in your main method. Okay, the next one is we are going to compute the locker fee, the third function parameter. Still calculate. Then our parameter here is the locker fee or the locker sample. Then to compute the locker is we have to divide it by, so we need to supply the data, divide by 12. For example, our locker fee for a year is 3000. So for the monthly amount of the locker fee, we have to compute divide by 12 is equal to fee. But of course, you have to declare the variable here. Okay, and you can also do the same like this one or this one. Okay, let's use this one. So just copy this one there. Then since we have only going to pass a parameter, one parameter only for the locker, let's say our locker is 3,000. Okay, so meaning this 3,000 will be pass here. So this is 3,000 divided by 12. Okay. Okay, but of course you need, since you are using a double here for data type, so we need to have a return value here for our fee. Okay, but so some display here before we return. So the locker fee is a fee like that. Okay, so you can display it here inside your method or in your main method like this one. Okay, let's try to run this. Okay, but before that, we have first to review our code. Okay, so first is we create the class. The name of our class is computation, and we have three. Okay, as you can see, we have one method name, but in different implementation. So double, and we have different parameters here for every method. Okay, then as you can see, we did not use the return here, unlike this particular method, because we're using double. For this one, this is void, so you don't need a return. Okay, then this one. Okay, then this is our main method, so you can create your object. This is our class, then this is the object name. Then you use that object name to access our function calculate, and these are the parameters. Okay, this value will be passed it here to our rate, and the 10 will be passed to our units. For this one, okay, so you pass three parameters here. This is the first value would be automatically our lab fee. The second value is our internet fee, and the third value is our library fee. Okay, so this will supply here, then compute, and of course you can display your same thing with this one. Okay, so let's run this. If there is no error, let's check it first. Okay, there we have it, but we have to fix some issue here in our miscellaneous. So we need to apply some end line here in our miscellaneous. Okay, here's fee, just end line here. And as you can see, we don't have two decimal places here. Since this is a polymorphism function overloading, you can apply the set precision in this part. Okay, only. You don't need to apply everything here. So just apply here once fixed, then array the set precision to just to have a two decimal places. Okay, so you only apply it here, then it will affect the entire, okay, variables. Then you include a library input output manip for that purpose. Okay, so let's check what happened. This is our last output, so let's check what happened. If there's change, okay, there's a problem. So what's our problem? Undeclare identifier. Where is it? Undeclare fix. Fixed position. So here. Okay, so let's run. There we have it. So as you can see, we have two decimal places. So this is integer, right? So it will affect the entire variable. only one, so don't need to copy this and apply it here, here, here. You don't need that. Okay. Oh, okay. Excuse me. I missed something here. So we have to display our total tuition fee. Total tuition fee, oh my God, tuition fee here, then plot our total here. So let's run this code again. Now this is our last output. Let's run again the code. Okay, so there we have it. So let's fix something here after the laboratory. I forgot to have here the end line here. So, okay, and run it again. I'll run it again. Let's check. Okay, there we have it. Okay, so, okay, I hope that you learned something in this simple demonstration about polymorphism function overloading. Thank you for watching.